Oh, call me a mid-tip. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Al, the neighborhood economist, and this is Crypto Joe, your morning rundown of crypto news. So please pour up your favorite cup of Joe. Let's get your day started off with some great content and financial information while you're running around getting the kids ready and all that stuff. So, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's gonna be real good. Uh, what I always like to do, first of all, thank you for tuning in. And for those of you who are new to the channel, just want to let y'all know a little bit about Ticker Apparel and the mission of this great company. And so Ticker Apparel seeks to close the wealth gap in the United States through crypto assets and dope apparel and fashion. It's really that simple, but it's a huge undertaking. So the question is exactly how do you do that? And let me share my screen. I thought I already had that share for a second, but I can do it real quick. Share, boom. Y'all see it. So right now what you're looking at is a Ticker Apparel website. And we have kind of a limited run, soft run of premium t-shirts. So with every purchase on tickerapparel.com, 10% of that purchase comes back to you in the form of Satoshis, which are fractal Bitcoins. You will receive your Satoshis via a link from Coinbase. Now on the website I say Cash App or Coinbase, but it's gonna be Coinbase. So I need to update that. If you don't have a Coinbase account, no worries. It's super simple to set up. So you'll receive the link, you'll click it, and typically you're gonna receive the link 3 to 5 business days after you've made your purchase. And so yeah, it's super simple to set up a Coinbase account, and you'll receive your Satoshis there. Now it's gonna be, really important that you guys enter in the right information on the email. Because if you don't, if you put the wrong email in, and I send the Satoshis to some, fictitious email, then that'll kind of suck. So I can, if I'm notified in time, I could try to retrieve them, but it's important. It's incumbent upon you, as a person making the purchase, to make sure you got the right email in there. So I appreciate that. Again, I'm super excited about what the channel is doing and what the mission of Ticker is. So we're looking to take this to the moon for the first time in history. Uh, Access and technology have collided to create an opportunity for minority groups, specifically Black folks, for us to build and create our own bootstraps to a point that over time, you have to understand, guys, that crypto is a hyper growth market in its infancy. Crypto has only been around for like 10, 12 years. Most mature markets, including the stock market, has been around for over 100 years. Oil, gold, commodities, these things have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And here we are at the birth, at the infancy of what's going to be a market that I believe is going to be around well after our lifetimes. And so when we're talking to our grandkids, I'm 38 years old. When we're talking to our grandchildren, they're going to they're going to know more about crypto than they will about, US dollars and wands and cash and traditional currencies that we deal with today. So it's important that you have that long-term outlook and not just look at the small amount that you may say, oh, well, that's just, if you buy, $100 worth of apparel, then that's $10 that you get in Satoshis. What I would argue and what I would suggest to you is that in a hyper growth market, for example, and I'm just giving you a fact here, if you would have put $1,000 in Bitcoin, say, 10 years ago, you'd be a multimillionaire now. $1,000. The average American spends about $175, $200 a month on apparel. And you multiply that times 12, let's go with 200, that's $240. So that's over 20% of that $1,000. So at minimum, $240 could have turned into a couple hundred grand. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that that's what's going to happen. This is a brand new uh, experiment. This has never been done. I don't have anything to benchmark this off of. I could just tell you, what crypto has done, what big and how it's performed, how Bitcoin has performed in the past, which has actually been the best performing asset in the last decade. Don't get it twisted. Even with the crashes and everything else, it's been the best performing asset in a decade. And so I say all that to say, man, look, this is the first time that we can do this and pull ourselves up. We need to band together. I'm super excited about creating the platform. I'm going to create a community because what I also don't want to do is send you guys these satoshis in crypto, and you're like, well, what the hell I'm supposed to do with this now? So there's going to be community conversation, and we're going to expand beyond satoshis. That's the beautiful thing about it. For the first time, I can easily send you a potentially appreciating asset. I can't just transfer my stock portfolio over to you. There's a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff I have to do with that. With crypto, I can literally click a button a few times, and you'll have the satoshis or the Ethereum or whatever we're doing at the time. So it's revolutionary what's going on over here at Ticker Apparel. We all have to buy clothes. Why not make your consumer experience a potentially asset appreciating experience as well? Just revolutionary stuff. I'm trying to tell you. Um, so let's talk about the reason that you came today, which is what the heck's going on with Facebook stock? Is it time to invest? Is it gonna crash? Is Facebook done? What's the deal? So I'm invested in Facebook. I hold it in my 401k. I'm actually thinking about selling it, but I haven't. I'll tell you guys if I did. Before I get into even more detail, let me pause for a second and let you guys know that these videos that I do is for edutainment, as YouTube like to call it, as YouTube likes to refer to it as. And so that's really just education and entertainment. This is not financial advice. I am not making any recommendations or suggesting that you do or purchase or sell any asset. I legally can't do that. That said, I've been on YouTube. I've searched car reviews and cell phone reviews. So I understand you're on YouTube trying to gather information. But I just want to make sure you guys understand I'm not telling you what to do, but I appreciate the research and that you do your own research. So with that said, going into Facebook, what's going on with that? Uh Meta, Facebook. So they got crushed after their earnings. Why did they get crushed? Well, they lost a ton of money because they invested a ton of money into the metaverse. They've changed their names. They're going all in on the metaverse. And so investors are kind of spooked because Mark Zuckerberg has come out and said, it's going to take 5 to 10 years to really build this thing out the way that we want to. And well, investors are like, well, we're not trying to wait 5 or 10 years to get a return on our money, and you're just blowing through cash. Like literally, Facebook spent like $10 billion already into the metaverse in terms of building out the infrastructure, getting the talent together, just everything that it's going to require for this to be a living, breathing thing that human beings can experience and have an enjoyable experience doing it. So it's gonna cost some money. Uh, from my perspective, short term, there's gonna be some tough sledding and some headwinds for Facebook, right? Just you got Snap, you're not Snap, but TikTok. TikTok is a different monster, right? So again, investors are concerned if Facebook isn't focused on enriching its current platforms, and then you got competitors like TikTok, and TikTok is a formidable competitor. Let me tell you, I got on Make sure you guys follow Ticker Apparel on TikTok. But I got on TikTok, I don't know, sometime last year, just to see what the hype was about. And I've never been on a platform that creates the viral nature and addictive just wormhole that you get trapped in when watching TikTok videos. Like literally, you could be scrolling on TikTok for hours with an S, and it feel like 15 minutes. Like just he's like, man, I did that for 2 hours. Yeah, you just looking at your phone, scrolling through TikToks one after the other, and I'm like, man, TikTok is like the meth of social media. Not that I've ever had meth before, but from what I understand about meth, like if you take it once, there's no like hitting meth and then being like, that I don't want to try that again. Like you try meth, you get addicted to meth. That's what happens. Like you try TikTok, you're not coming out of that wormhole. You're not gonna delete it from your phone. And so I've never experienced or seen anything like it. Of course, Facebook is trying to battle that with their reels. It has a similar addictive nature. I've seen them on Instagram. YouTube has the reels. Like whatever those psychologists and people they have on staff told them to do and how to make that. I just want to know what the formula is to make something so addictive. Not that I want to use it or try to manipulate people, but it's just I just genuinely am curious and want to know, like, what were they sitting up in a room doing and talking about as they came up with this. It's TikTok is wild, y'all. I ain't lying. It's the wildest thing I've ever. It's a formidable competitor to Facebook's legacy platforms, meaning Facebook itself and Instagram. Those are their legacy platforms. Of course, Facebook owns WhatsApp and Messenger. But man, whew. So now the question is, Facebook is down 30%. Is it a buy? If you believe that Facebook is gonna really be a heavy player in the metaverse, which I tend to think, then from a long-term perspective, which most of us should be long-term investors, uh, you got to take that into consideration. In the short term, I don't know. It may go down a little bit further. I don't have the chart pulled up. I probably should pull that up for you guys. Let me see if I can do that real quick so we can see what's going on. We'll give a quick technical analysis here, and we'll wrap this video up. But fundamentally, that's what's going on with Facebook. Oh, the charts look good. The charts look damn good. Let me share my screen. Share your screen. Okay. Cool. So you guys should be able to see it. Let me make mine a little smaller here. So again, I've talked about this on one of the other technical analysis videos, but you see three colored lines there: a purple line, a blue line, and a red line. The purple line is the 50-day moving average. The blue line is the 100-day moving average. The red line is the 200-day moving average. I try to make technical analysis simple. I'm not going to be drawing any trend lines. We're going to be looking at the big blue squiggly line that's going up and down, and then we're looking at the other colored lines. So what you guys will see, and again, I apologize if it isn't like that big on the screen, but basically, according to the technicals, Facebook is a buy right here. It's up 5% today. But if you look at it, it crashed through the 50-day moving average, which is the purple line. It also crashed through the 100-day moving average, and it landed firmly on the red line, which I can't see what the actual number is. I think it's like what's the number? It's not telling me. But it's let's call it $235. Facebook has let's call it $225. Facebook hit that line, bounced off, and now it's up 5%. Could it potentially go below that line? It could. However, when we look at the chart we're looking at now is a 5-year view. So over the last 5 years, if you look at it right here and right here, so this is COVID back in 2020, right here. And sometimes I try drawing stuff on these charts, man, and it goes ridiculous. Let me see what it's gonna do. I don't think it ain't gonna do right. Nope. See, I knew it. I knew it wasn't gonna do right. Come on, y'all. Let me draw something. Let me see if it's gonna let me do it this time. Let me draw it. Nope. Man, I'm trying to draw. Man, I'm telling you, they tripping. Let me see. Okay. I just want to draw a box, man. Let me live. Ah. They won't let me do it. Anyway, I was hoping that was gonna work. It didn't work. That's trash. Big boy trash. Oh well, what do you do? Nope. No love. Still no love. Okay, I was trying to do it. Anyway, guys, y'all can see it right here. The 2020, March 2020, we had the dip. That's actually my birthday, March the 15th, guys. Just in case you wanna, go on the shopping spree on tickerapparel.com. I certainly appreciate it. The culture would appreciate it. But anyway, that's March the 15th, 2020. And then back in December the 16th. Wow, how crazy is that? That's my wife's birthday. December the 16th, 2018 is when it dipped a little bit below the 200-day moving average. Both times it only dipped below the 200-day moving average for a brief moment before snapping back. So technically, Facebook has bounced. If it continues to bounce, then you're looking at $286. So right now it's 231. The next place of resistance that you need to be looking for is 286. So it may be a good opportunity to kind of take a chance on just technically. Again, this I can't recommend it, but just based on what I'm seeing technically, Facebook could bounce from here to $286, which would roughly be, let's call it, about a 20% gain. I don't know what time frame that would happen, but 20% return on a couple of months isn't a bad. That's not a bad play if it takes a couple of months. But anyway, that's kind of my synopsis, my opinion on Facebook Meta. They're investing heavily in the metaverse, just like they did in social media. And so if they were the leader and are the leaders of the traditional social media world, you have to understand the backdrop. Facebook owns Oculus. They have the fundamentals in place to build a really, really solid, futuristic feeling metaverse. And so that's that for the long term. Short term, TikTok is on that ass, is what that is. TikTok is coming. I don't know what TikTok is gonna do in the metaverse, but right now, in the world that we live in right now, TikTok is a different kind of monster, dog. Uh, but yeah, again, man, I appreciate y'all showing love. Please like and subscribe to the channel so we can get this out to the YouTube verse. We are the only channel on YouTube that is dedicated to closing the wealth gap in the United States, creating our own bootstraps to pull ourselves up with the future of money and tech and fashion. Never been done before. Make sure you share this with your friends. Make sure they're on it. You guys should be excited. I'm super excited. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope this has been helpful and valuable. And until the next episode and video, peace and blessings, y'all. Y'all take care. It's love. I'm out.